Ladies and gentlemen, families and friends, commencement is a festive and joyous occasion, providing an opportunity for graduates to celebrate their accomplishments with their family and friends and the entire NJCU community. Commencement is also a formal ceremony that is steeped in academic ritual and the traditions of the university. Today, we honor our students and their years of study and sacrifice. We applaud their focus and resolve along their journey to achieving their dreams, and we wish them well as they continue on their respective paths. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the classes of 2020 and 2021. All rise as New Jersey City University's commencement ceremony now begins. Entering now is the mace bearer, Dr. Christopher Schambird, Professor of Educational Technology and President of the University Senate.
Entering now is the Gauntlet bearer for the William J. Maxwell College of Arts and Sciences, which offers programs in African and African American studies, art, biology, chemistry, computer science, English, English as a second language, earth and environmental sciences, ethnic and immigration studies, history, Latin American, Caribbean, and Latino studies, mathematics, media arts, modern languages, music, dance, and theater, philosophy and religion, physics, political science, pre-law, psychology, sociology and anthropology, and women's and gender studies. Carrying the gonfalon for the College of Arts and Sciences is Dr. Frank Nascimento, Assistant Professor and Graduate Program Director in the Department of Psychology.
Entering now is the gonfalon bearer for the Deborah Partridge College of Education, which offers programs in early childhood education, educational leadership, counseling, educational technology, elementary and secondary education, fitness, exercise and sports, literacy education, multicultural education, and special education. Carrying the gonfalon for the College of Education was Dr. Michelle Rosen, Chairperson and Associate Professor in the Department of Literacy Education. And now entering is Dr. Sue Henderson, President of New Jersey City University. Good afternoon. Members of the graduating classes of 2020 and 2021. My name is Tamara Cunningham, and I am the Associate Vice President for Global Initiatives. Not only am I a member of the staff here at NJCU, but I am also a proud alum of NJCU. It is my distinct honor to welcome you to the 2021 commencement exercises for New Jersey City University. At this time, we ask that you would please remain standing or stand if you're not standing already, and join our graduating seniors from the Music, Dance, and Theater Troupe in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautiful. You may be seated. Here at NJCU, every name counts. We ask that all guests remain seated until the end of the ceremony to recognize every graduate who will be receiving a degree today. The very last candidate to cross the stage is just as important to us as the first. We promise that it will be a wonderful afternoon. It is now my pleasure and my honor to call forward the president of New Jersey City University, Dr. Sue Henderson.
Good afternoon. Let's do it again. Good afternoon. Excellent. So good to see you. I'm Sue Henderson, the president of New Jersey City University, and I would like to welcome you to our 2021 commencement exercises. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce you to the members of the platform party who have joined me here today. Representing the Board of Trustees is Carlos Lesniak, and our student trustee, Mr. Tyquel Haley. Representing the NJCU Foundation Board is Ms. Aisha Thomas-Pettit. Other platform guests include the Provost and Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Tamara Joshi, Jason Kroll, our Vice President of Advancement and Chief Strategy Officer, other Vice Presidents, Deans, Associate Deans, and members of the President's Administrative Council. I would like to recognize the Student Government Association Executive Board that's joining us today. Alan Cruz, a member of the class of 2022, is majoring in sports management, and Tyquel Haley, current our student trustee, but also our incoming SGA president, a member of the class of 2023, and is majoring in political science. Finally, I would like to offer a very special welcome to our honorary degree recipient, Jack Ford, our presidential medallion recipient, Evelyn Padine, and our alumni greeter, Vanessa Mendoza, Baraona. Thank you all for being here today. A university cannot be better than its faculty. The celebration today results from our faculty's teaching excellence, both in and out of the classroom. Would the faculty please stand so that we might recognize you and your good work? I would also like to thank all the faculty, staff, and students who have worked tirelessly over the course of this year to host our ceremony today. Will our staff and volunteers please stand? I would now like to invite Dr. Carlos Liankis from the Board of Trustees to the podium to offer the class of 2020 and 2021 congratulations from the board. Carlos?
Thank you, President Henderson. And congratulations, class of 2020 and 2021. And for those who speak Spanish, para la gente que habla español, felicitaciones! After this long year, this hard year, this painful year, we are here in person. Standing here, I'm reminded of what my pastor says often: God is good all the time. So looking at the sea of humanity, looking at the families, the friends, and you graduates, this is a sincere blessing to be here in person in celebration of you. My heart is full, my sense of hope is abundant, because the world needs you. If we learn nothing else over the past dark year, the world needs the light that's in this room. The world needs the energy that's in this room. The world needs your light to spark a positive change in the world. You know, I'm the CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters, a youth mentoring organization. We cover Essex, Hudson, and Union counties. My office is just down the street on Broad Street here in Newark. And the only thing I would wish to add to the day would be that my students were here with me. Yeah, I talk about the aspiration of going to college. I talk about the grit and the resiliency of our community, nuestra comunidad. And I talk about this day to them. And unfortunately, they don't often see that, but to have them witness, and we're gonna tell your story to them next week, believe you me. I only wish that they could witness this moment. Graduates, you are an inspiration to your community in ways you may not fully appreciate. You are an inspiration to the next generation. You know, when I think about my background, and when I was in your seat on my graduation day, the road wasn't always given for me. I was raised by a single-parent mother who was born in a small-room apartment in Ecuador, who cleaned houses to make ends meet, who scrubbed toilets to put food on the table. She came to this country for the bold aspiration and the opportunity for what it would offer to her two young boys. So when I was in your seat, I walked on the stage. I knew it wasn't just me at that moment. I knew it was for my mother. I knew it was for my mentors. I knew there were people in Ecuador who couldn't afford the flight to come to this country, that they were cheering loudly. I could hear it in my ears. I could feel it in my spirit. And so today, graduates, today's a celebration about you and your hard work. You've balanced many jobs, many opportunities, family obligations, academics. But today is also a day of celebration for those who loved on you, who supported on you, who dreamed of this day for you. Your parents, your grandparents, your coaches, your mentors. So graduates, I simply ask that you please give those in your life who supported this day a round of applause. To he who much is given, much is required. And we've been blessed. So the question now, graduates, is what will you do with this blessing? How will you pay it forward? NJCU has this wonderful motto: enter to learn, exit to serve. Enter to learn, exit to serve. So today's about the learning. You're showing the world that you can compete with the best of them, compete for that job. You're intellectually tight. You're going to be able to get that aspirational job. But what will you do when you leave this day? Who will you fight for? What will you advocate for? How will you serve? Only you can answer that question, graduates. But I will be here to testify to the fact that there are so many people eagerly cheering you along the way, that journey. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we appreciate you. We see you. We celebrate you. Congratulations.
Thanks for that wonderful message, Carlos. It's an honor to work alongside you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jason Kroll. I'm Vice President and Chief Strategy Officer here at NJCU. At this time, we acknowledge our distinguished alumni who are celebrating milestone anniversaries since graduating from what is now New Jersey City University. This year marks the 50th anniversary of a graduation for the class of 1971. It is also the 25th anniversary of the graduation for the class of 1996, when the institution was known as Jersey City State College. Representatives of these honored classes are with us today. Let's thank them for participating in today's celebration. I ask that these distinguished alumni stand as we acknowledge them with a round of applause. I would like to introduce the alumni greeter, Vandessa, Mendoza, Baraona, who received a Bachelor of Science in International Business from Berkeley College and a Master's in Business Administration with specialization in Organizational Management and Leadership from NJCU in 2017. Ms. Mendoza Baraona's young career is focused on international transportation. Her educational background and interest in diversity have prepared her to compete in a multicultural global environment. Please welcome Ms. Vanessa Mendoza Baraona, a member of the NJCU Alumni Association Advisory Board, who will deliver remarks on behalf of the alumni.
Good afternoon. It's a great pleasure to be on this stage once again 4 years later. Just like you're sitting right now, I was eager to come across the stage and wave and salute my family. You will get to do that shortly. While attending New Jersey City University, I formed strong friendships that I still talk to today. But more important, I became part of a community that I value and that values me and that we support each other. On behalf of the NJCU Alumni Association, congratulations on your graduation, not only to you graduates, but to your family and friends. Chasing a dream, like any other, requires a lot of hard work. But this year in particular required a lot of sacrifice and extra effort. We are very proud of you. Today is only the beginning of an amazing journey, and nothing can stop you. Your next adventure awaits, and we are excited to see where it leads you. Your educational journey at NJCU has provided you with both short-term and long-term skills for the future. You are New Jersey City's newest alumni, and you can count on a great deal of support from the entire New Jersey City University community. I would like to acknowledge my fellow Alumni Advisory Board who have joined us today to wish you well on this next journey. Please stand. The mission of the Alumni Association Advisory Board is to help you ensure that the programs and services for the alumni are meaningful to you and keep you connected to NJCU as you begin what we hope is a long-life relationship with your alma mater. Congratulations, class of 2020 and 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Vanessa. With us today are graduating veterans and students in the military. You could recognize these students by the red, white, and blue cords. Please join me now in thanking them for their service. It's now my pleasure to call to the podium your Student Government Association President and our student speaker, Mr. Ricky Cruz, who will give the reflection from the graduates.
So anybody walking up with cords, it's a little hard when you first get up to make sure they're equal. So I just want to let you all know that before. But good afternoon, everybody. There we go. See, President Henderson, they said you got them in check. I'd like to give a special thank you to President Henderson, our members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, and administration. I would also like to give a thank you to Dr. Jody Bailey for her hard work and dedication to this commencement ceremony. I'd also like to give a thank you to all the essential workers, the housekeeping staff. That's right. Our housing team, our public safety officers, cashiers, doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and all the people on the front line who ensured that we could get ahead of this pandemic and we could be here today in person. But now, to the most important shout out, to not just one, but two graduating classes, the class of 2020 and 2021. Whether you're here in person or watching along on the live stream, we did this. When we entered NJCU many moons ago, we came here to learn, and we did. I personally learned how to be a leader here at NJCU. But along the journey, we were expected to serve. And we did. Personally, I served by helping restock the Gothic Night food pantry. But I also served by sending my classmates that, is the assignment due tonight at 11:59? As we exit out of NJCU, I know, as a fellow graduate, we will continue to serve. I still remember March 2020, when the university and the world completely shifted. I didn't know what the future would hold. I didn't know where to get toilet paper. I didn't know how many times to wash my groceries. I didn't know when I was going to see my grandmother again. I didn't know how graduation was going to be held. But through perseverance, through grit, through our community, through resilience, we are here today. One of my favorite quotes is, "Some of the bridges that we cross will change us forever." And while at NJCU, we crossed so many bridges. We crossed the bridge when we got that acceptance package and we signed our name on the dotted line saying we're a Gothic Knight. We crossed a bridge when we stepped on campus that very first time. We crossed a bridge when we stayed up to 3 to 4 in the morning doing homework because we were working late. We crossed that bridge when we picked up another job to pay for tuition, to keep food on the table, and to stay in school. We crossed that bridge when we were told at spring break to come back on Zoom to figure out how to make it that we could sit here as graduates today. We crossed that bridge. Now, I'm just gonna go out and say it. We survived a global pandemic, went through Zoom University, and we still graduated. There's nothing we can't do. There's gonna be so many more bridges in our lives. And I know, as a fellow graduate, that we are gonna be able to cross them all. You, each and every one of you, have crossed so many bridges. So give yourselves a round of applause. So the class of 2020 and the class of 2021, I will leave you with this. Congratulations, and we did it!
Thank you so much, Ricky, for those inspirational words. But most of all, I want to thank you for your 2 years of service at NJCU and your leadership. Thank you. So I want to congratulate these two classes. This is class of 20, the class of 21. Did you know that you are a remarkable and exceptionally accomplished group? Put simply, you have showed remarkable grit and resilience in the face of unprecedented pandemic and a time of social change. This year tested the mettle of your resilience, and you proved stronger for it. In spite of these deep difficulties, you persevered, and today we recognize your strength, your accomplishments, and most of all, your leadership. Give yourselves a hand. Now, some of you are off to graduate schools like Columbia and Rutgers, while others were joined corporations like Wyndham and Morgan Stanley. Our K-12 schools will be blessed with new graduates from our School of Education, and businesses and educational institutions will have stronger leaders because of our master's and doctoral graduates. And you are about to become a part of an even more accomplished group, the Alumni of NJCU. We like to say that NJCU has been around long enough that its graduates have been helping to shape America and the world for generations. But we are young enough that the members of our first graduating classes will still return to campus, as you can see today with the remarkable men and women of the class of 1971 and the class of 1996, celebrating their 50th and their 25th anniversary. I have a challenge for you. I hope to see you here in 25 and then again in 50 years, coming back to celebrate your reunion. Our graduates include leaders of the world in science, business, the arts, government, education, law, medicine, and communications. For example, there's Chirag Patel. He's the CEO of Amneal, one of the top 10 producers of generic drugs in the country. He came here from India, completed his degree from NJCU, began Amneal, and now he gives generously back to support bright MBA students from Ahmedabad, India. Today, some of those Patel scholars were graduating from NJCU. Based on his accomplishments, you all have large shoes to fill. Then let's think about Jim Brandon. He completed a degree in English a number of years ago. Recently, he completed a rich career in the Navy, having flown Black Hawk helicopters and worked in the Pentagon for numerous years. You see, whether you're graduating with an English degree, security studies, criminal justice, you've only to look at people like Jim Brandon to see what is possible for you. The education you received from NJCU under the tutelage of our stellar faculty will serve you well as you go out and establish yourselves in your chosen fields. Your ability to think critically and to communicate effectively will give you an edge as you find your way. But guess what? Life is so much more than simply making your way or even being successful or famous. What really counts is whether you've had a positive impact on those around you, and if those who know you best love you for your kindness, your bravery, your honesty, and your trustworthiness. While a part of the education you've received at NJCU has been designed to get you a good job, to have what it takes to advance in a career, your NJCU education has been designed to give you so much more. Our motto, as you've heard, is enter to learn, exit to serve. Your first-class education enables you to serve others, your family, your workplace, your community, and your country. What we want most from you NJCU graduates, is that your lives be filled with the inner peace and joy that comes from giving of your talents and self to others. In doing so, you will make the world a better place than it was before your sojourn. You will be a miracle worker. As Albert Einstein said, there are two ways to live life. One is to live as if nothing is a miracle, and the other is to live as if everything is a miracle. During your years on campus, you've been part of a remarkable family, where you competed as an athlete, served as a student leader, got involved in clubs, research, international work, community service activities, or the myriad of other opportunities that connected you to NJCU. You left a legacy here. I urge you to continue to think of the university as your family, and please stay in touch with us. Let us know how you fare in the world, the jobs you take, the families you start, the careers you succeed in, even your ideas on how the university might do things differently. There are not enough words for me to express my affection and admiration for the class of 2020 and 2021. So let me just conclude by saying that you are terrific. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. Thank you, and Godspeed. Each year, the institution is proud to provide a presidential medal, and this year it's being awarded to Evelyn Padin. Evelyn is the first Latina to serve as an officer in the New Jersey State Bar Association. It's an organization that has over 17,000 members. She received her Bachelor of Arts degree at Rutgers University, a Master of Social Work at Fordham, and her Juris Doctorate from Seton Hall University School of Law. Evelyn is the past president of the New Jersey State Bar Association and currently serves as a trustee of the Hudson County Bar Association of New Jersey. She formerly served as a municipal court judge of the City of Jersey City, and also served as an in-house counsel for the Office of Landlord-Tenant Relations in the City of Jersey City. She is a member of the Hispanic Bar Association and a founding member of the Justice Virginia Long Family Inns of Court. In addition, Ms. Padin sits on the Family Law Executive Committee as a representative of Hudson County for the New Jersey State Bar Association and has served as a panelist on many continuing legal education seminars. I would ask Evelyn Padin to join me at the podium.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe I am at the Prudential Center. The last time I was here, I came to see Mark Anthony, my favorite salsa singer. Now I can tell you this, I did one better than Mark because I got myself a medal. Congratulations to the class of 2020 and 2021. You have made history. It's the first time two classes are graduating in one place, right? Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, President Henderson, Dr. Schomburg, members of the faculty, Board of Trustees, NJCU alumni, everyone here at the Prudential Center, I wish to express my gratitude to you for being here this afternoon and taking time out from your busy schedules to share this special occasion with us. I want everyone here to make some noise and recognize your parents for the support that they gave you. I want everyone to make some noise and recognize your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, your teachers, your cousins, your friends, your foster parents for the support that they gave you. Make the noise. This day is all about you and the accomplishment that you achieved. This is an important day for your graduation class as we recognize you as our future leaders of America. I recognize the classes of 2020 and 2021 for your excellence and accomplishments. Clap. NJCU graduates are part of an enduring legacy where you are called upon to serve. I stand before you as the past president of the New Jersey State Bar Association, as the first Latina woman to have served I served in that role and the organization dates back to 1899. I am honored to be a part of this graduation ceremony. On behalf of the 17,000 members of the New Jersey State Bar Association, I extend my congratulations to each of you. Your dedication and focus on your goals are admirable and will serve you well in the years ahead. I look forward to seeing you develop into community leaders, professionals, and hope that one day, one of you out there will join my honorable profession as future attorneys, judges, or prosecutors. Many of us come from diverse backgrounds. Our glorious diversity, our diversity of faiths, colors, creeds, and sexual identity makes us who we are. These are difficult and challenging times we have been facing. We have seen people demanding social justice and change following the death of George Floyd. Our world is at a turning point. There are new challenges and opportunities. The global pandemic has accelerated our world. It has forever impacted and changed us. We saw that our world is interconnected and interdependent. We saw how quickly the pandemic spread from one country to another within months. Our world is fragile. We have seen hackers disrupt our fuel oil supply throughout our eastern seaboard, and they have even attacked and threatened our food supply when a major beef manufacturer's computer system was hacked. The challenge before you is how to face these threats. We will defend our nation with knowledge and become experts at what we do. Knowledge is power. NJCU has prepared you to go out and be leaders. NJCU graduates, you are the best and the most brilliant. Applaud yourselves because I mean that. Our country needs you to lead in the future with your intellect, your passion, and your patriotism. Class of 2020 and 2021, you are prepared for a new era. It is because of the knowledge and the skills you have gained at NJCU. You will continue to challenge yourselves and learn new job skills in this new era. Collectively, you are ambitious, and collectively, you are tireless. You are the embodiment of the American dream. Never forget your ideals of honor, duty, and democracy. The preamble to the Constitution reads, "We the people." That means me and you. We must believe that something better is always possible if we're willing to work for it and to fight for it. We must believe in the power of hope. This feeling of hope will allow us to rise above the voices of doubt and will help you overcome obstacles and be inspired to rise to be your best possible self. I encourage you to become engaged in your communities and in your government. President Roosevelt said, "The ultimate rulers of our democracy are not a president, not a senator, and not even a congressperson. It is the voters of this country. In this country, if you work hard and have a good education, anything is possible. That's what the American dream is all about. I can tell you that education was the key to my success. You should know that I am the product of a public school education. I was a recipient of the Head Start program as a child, and I attended Rutgers College with the support of the EOF program. I obtained my master's degree in social work from Fordham University and my law degree from Seton Hall Law School. I can tell you that in order to be successful, you have to have a good education. I can tell you that who you surround yourself with will be the key to your success. Build yourself and surround yourself with positive people. Avoid those who will bring you down. Refuse to be discouraged. Many famous people refuse to be turned away and rejected. The famous author J.K. Rowling lost her mother to multiple sclerosis at a young age. Miss Rawlings was a single mother and a survivor of domestic violence. She was jobless, on public assistance, and she was rejected by 12 publishers before her first Harry Potter novel was published. Today, she has written 27 books and is a best-selling novelist and has more money than the Queen of England. We should learn from the story of Melissa Jefferson, otherwise known as Lizzo. How many people in the audience are Lizzo fans? Make some noise. Lizzo is a talented flute player, a singer, a rapper, a songwriter who was nominated for 8 Grammy Awards. She won multiple awards, ranging from Grammys to the BET Awards and the Billboard Music Awards. Now, before all of that, fame and money, she was living out of her car and she was homeless. She was a talented musician, and despite her economic setbacks, she was persistent and kept on knocking on doors, showing up for auditions, and wouldn't take no for an answer. My advice to you is to be persistent, have a plan, and be patient. Having a positive attitude and saying, yes, I can do that, will be the key to your success. I am the proud daughter of Puerto Rican parents who came to live in New Jersey seeking opportunity, education, and a better life. They too were seeking the American dream. They came with very little, not knowing how to speak English, but had a desire to be the best that they could be. My story is similar to your story. I am the daughter of a businessman who operated a travel and insurance agency in Jersey City. It was there that I learned to be a businesswoman. My mother was a psychiatric social worker. It was from her that I learned the lessons of humility and compassion. I opened my first law office in my father's travel and insurance agency in Jersey City with a computer, a printer, and a telephone. That's all I had. I didn't have much, but I had something that was crucial. I had a desire to be successful and help the Hispanic community. I represented them with dignity, respect, and became a highly successful trial attorney. My advice to you as you begin your journey of life is to dream big. Never procrastinate. Self-doubt, that's your enemy. You do not need to be born into a rich family in order to be successful. You do not need to have college-educated parents in order to become a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, or an engineer. You need to believe in yourselves. Why am I saying that to you? To be big, you have to dream big. Today, I'm not only a lawyer, I am the owner, the executive chef of the Hard Grove restaurant in Jersey City. I have been recognized by the James Beard Institute as a woman entrepreneurial chef. In order to be successful, you have to dream big. I am a businesswoman. I am a real estate developer. I, along with your fellow NJCU alum, Carmen Mendiola. Carmen, you're out there, stand up. We developed a major mixed-use project in downtown Jersey City from the ground up. Why am I saying this to you? In order to be successful, you need to dream big. I share this story and my journey because it is part of me and the important reason why you need to plan and develop your goals. Remember this, we are all in this together, whether you're Hispanic, LGBTQ, Muslim, Italian, Irish, Asian, or from African descent. We are all Americans. We need to treat one another with respect and have equal access to opportunities in our communities. I encourage you all to put your talents for the greater common good of our communities. We are all in this together, and may God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Evelyn, for those inspiring words. Now it's my distinct pleasure to present our honorary degree to Jack Ford. He's an Emmy and Peabody Award-winning journalist, respected educator, documentary producer, prominent trial lawyer, author. Jack Ford has a unique, remarkable, successful career. He was raised by a single parent right here in Jersey City, who, by the way, she graduated from Jersey City State back in the day. He went from Jersey City to Yale University, where he was a scholarship student and a 3-year starter on the varsity football team, to Fordham University School of Law, where he helped finance his legal education with the winnings from 3 appearances on the television quiz show Jeopardy, to courtrooms and classrooms throughout the country, and ultimately to the upper echelons of television journalism. Currently, you can see him as a host of Metro Focus on PBS, and most recently, a CBS News correspondent for 60 Minutes Sports. He was a co-founder and chief author of the digital network American Ed TV, and is a consultant for the NCAA. He began his career in 1984 with WCBS TV in New York. In 1991, he was an original anchor at the launch of the Court TV. He also appeared on Fred Friendly's award-winning PBS Media and Society broadcast, serving as a moderator for that delicate balance too, the Bill of Rights. In 1994, Mr. Ford joined NBC News as the chief legal correspondent, reporting on major legal stories for NBC Nightly News, The Today Show, and Dateline. In addition, he was a co-author for the Weekend Today Show and a substitute anchor for the Weekend Nightly News and Meet the Press. Pretty impressive. Mr. Ford joined ABC News in 1999 as anchor correspondent for 2020, Good Morning America, and World News Tonight. In 2002, he anchored the ESPN show, The Sports Reporters 2. During 2003 and 2004, he hosted a nationally syndicated morning show for CBS TV, King World, before turning to Court TV as the host of Courtside. From 2009 to 2014, he served as a CBS News legal analyst and also provided college football game commentary for ESPN, the YES Network, and the American Sports Network. But how did he get started? Before embarking on his journalism career, he was a prosecutor in New York, Jersey, before entering private practice. I think there's a theme here. He became a prominent trial attorney, successfully handling such high-profile cases as the Northeast's first death penalty trial, one of the nation's first corporate homicide trials, and the Wall Street insider trading scandal of the late 1980s. During his legal career, he served as adjunct professor at places like Fordham University, Yale University, NYU, Monmouth, and the University of Virginia. In 2017, he was a lead scholar for the Gilder Lehrman Institute for American History, and he frequently speaks at colleges and universities nationally, internationally. He has completed 3 novels. His television journalism work has been recognized with several honors, including Emmys, a George Foster Peabody Award, 3 National Cable Television Awards, and an MCCJ National Headliner Award, and the March of Dimes FDR Award. In 1997, he received the NCAA Civil Anniversary Award, which is presented to former outstanding college athletes who have achieved distinction in their career. He was honored as the National Father of the Year in 1998, and in 2009, he was the recipient of Yale University's highest athletic honor, the George H.W. Bush Lifetime of Achievement Leadership Award. And as a somewhat unusual accolade, he was named People's Magazine Sexiest News Anchor in 1999. He has been awarded 5 honorary degrees, recognizing his professional accomplishments and extensive public service. He has served as a spokesperson, host, or board member for many charitable causes and organizations, including the Cancer Support Community, the Susan Komen Breast Cancer Foundation, the Alzheimer's Association, Special Olympics, the National Football Foundation College Hall of Fame, the Ivy League Football Hall of Fame, the NCAA Honors Committee, and the NCAA Division I Committee on Infractions. Mr. Ford, it is my distinct pleasure to award you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters on this 15th day of June 2020. I would ask Mr. Ford and Trustee Lesniak to join me at the podium. By virtue of the authority vested me by the Board of Trustees of New Jersey City University, and in recognition of your attainments in completing the prescribed curriculum, I confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humanities for which you have been recommended, with all the rights, duties, immunities, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining.
Dr. Henderson, thank you to you and the board members, faculty, staff, and most especially to all of you, the graduates of the classes of 2020, 2021, for allowing me the honor of sharing this special day with all of you. This is actually the second commencement proceeding that I have attended for this university. The first was back in 1960. I'm not so sure how many of you in this room, in this building, were alive back then. It was at what was then called Jersey City State Teachers College. The commencement proceeding took place in the grass area before the Gothic Tower of Hepburn Hall. I was 9 years old, and I was there to watch my mother, who was then 38 years old, walk across a stage such as this as the oldest graduate of that class of 1960. She was a single mother. We've heard this theme consistently today from many of our speakers. She was a single mother. She was abandoned essentially by her husband, my father, left quite literally on the street, holding 4 children, ages 7, 5, 3, and 1, after having lost her house and wondering what she would now do with her life. And the reason I mentioned her is because of the inspiration of what she chose to do in order to protect herself, her family, to raise her family. Inspiration that I think reflects the accomplishments of many of you all out here today. She was a member of that greatest generation. She had just started college when World War II broke out. She quit college, worked for the war effort at the time, and then when she needed a pathway to raise her family, she took the same path that all of you took. That pathway took her to then Jersey City State Teachers College, and it allowed her to walk across that stage as the oldest graduate of that class. And it allowed her then to raise her family. She became a teacher. She raised her 4 children, all of them, based upon her inspiration, became successful in what they did. So for me, when Dr. Henderson asked me about this, I said this was a great privilege for me to come back a second time here, because I have such a deep and enduring affinity and a sense of gratitude for this institution, what it did for my mother, what it did for me and my sisters and brothers, and what it will do for all of you. Through my academic career, I've sat through a couple of commencement proceedings. I've had the good fortune to deliver some commencement speeches. I've become something of a scholar of them. I'm going to pass on some interesting facts for you. I did some research, and I found that the longest commencement speech on record took place in the early 1800s at what was then called Harvard College. And the president of Harvard College delivered a commencement speech that lasted 6 hours. He first delivered it in Latin and then delivered it in Greek. The shortest that I found was attributed in the late 1930s to the then governor of the state of Wyoming. And it was the graduation ceremony for the University of Wyoming. As the governor, he was asked to deliver the commencement address. He was introduced, he stood up, he looked out over the audience of the graduates and their family members and their friends, and he said to them, "You done real good." And he sat down. So here's my promise to you. I'm going to be much closer to the governor's length than I will be to the 6 hours of the Harvard College. And I promise you, no Latin, no Greek. There are a couple of messages that I wanted to pass on to you based upon some of my own experiences. The first was the experience of my mother and the value that this institution provided to her and her life and will provide to all of you. And I want to offer congratulations and hope. Now, congratulations, you might think, okay, well, that's what you would expect at a commencement proceeding. But I think it's especially important today that we focus on these congratulations. Because not only have you, as Ricky said, you have literally and figuratively survived a pandemic to then be in a position to walk across this stage today and have your academic accomplishments recognized. But it's also important, I think, because we need to reinforce for all of you, for your family members, for your friends, how significant this accomplishment is. You know, it's become somewhat fashionable, and I'm sure this is not news to you, in some quarters, for people to question the value of a college education. I'm sure you've heard this. You hear people say, it's nowadays only for the elite. It takes too long. It costs too much. And it doesn't prepare you to leave the walls of academia and to go out and have a career. I'm sure you've heard that. Here's the problem with that. The problem with that is none of that is true. We are not, and I include myself in this group from my college years. As Dr. Henderson said, I was a scholarship student. And I've said I got to Yale because I was a football player. I worked, as all of you I'm sure have, through 4 years of college. We are not the elite. You're told it's too expensive for the return. Right? Any of you who are business people, you know that when you're talking about return on investment. What do you get back for your investment? Here's what you're going to get back for your investment. And here's why that suggestion that there is not an economic value in a college education. Every study that I've seen that's been done in the last 10 years has said that each of you as college graduates will earn in excess of $1 million more in your lifetime than you would earn if you were not a college graduate. That's a pretty extraordinary return on your investment. So it's not just for the elite. It's not too expensive for what you get back. And when we're told that you will not be prepared to go into the world, again, that's completely true. Here's why. Again, every study that you will see will tell you that this is what employers, the vast majority of employers, are looking for. They're looking for people who have the ability to think critically, to articulate ideas, to hold competing ideas in their minds at the same time, to solve problems, to work collaboratively. What does that describe? That describes every one of you based upon your college experience. And these employers will say, we will train them to do the jobs, but you need to give us people who bring those skills, the skills that you bring with you from graduating from this great university. So all of those suggestions that you hear, the naysayers, people who question the value of what you have accomplished, is just not true. We've been told, everybody who has studied this has said that since World War II, the single greatest vehicle for transforming a life is a college education. And that is what you have accomplished. I talk about what my mother accomplished through a college education, to be able to become a teacher, to raise her family. I'll give you an expression that I use. I was fortunate enough to be inducted into Yale's version of a Hall of Fame a few years back. And what I said to them is this, and I suspect that many, if not all of you, will share this same thought. I said, I arrived here on campus as a freshman with quite literally everything I owned in a single duffel bag. And I left 4 years later with everything I would need for the rest of my life. And that is the value of a college education, the transformative value that will allow each and every one of you to grow into whatever you want to be. So, a couple of quick thoughts for you before we wrap up. We're always told if you're delivering a commencement address, you have to offer some messages, some thoughts. As a journalist for more than 30 years, my job has been to watch, to listen, to chronicle events. I've had the opportunity to interview presidents and world leaders and sports celebrities, entertainment celebrities, business leaders, and I've learned something from them. And this echoes some of what Evelyn has said. What I've learned is that the common thread among these people who have had successful lives is they found something and seized something they were passionate about. Now, many of you might already know that. You might already know what your passion is. You might already know what direction you're going to travel. But for some of you out there, you might not be sure yet what road you're on or what your destination is going to be. And you know what? That's okay. You have time. You'll find those things. What you need to realize is you need to bring your enthusiasm to that. There's a very interesting quote by Winston Churchill. You know Winston Churchill, one of the most extraordinary men of the 20th century. And yet people forget, they remember him during World War II as the leader of Great Britain, who essentially was the stalwart, at one point in time, the only entity standing against the Nazi onslaught. What they don't know about Winston Churchill is he had a life of a series of failures before that, before he became one of the most esteemed men of the 20th century. And he said once at a commencement address, success is going from failure to failure, but with enthusiasm. So here's a couple of thoughts for you to bring that enthusiasm to your passion. As you leave here today, I've met Ricky, I've talked to some other members of your student body governance, I've met some of you, and what I've learned is that you have not been shy about voicing your opinions. And that's a good thing. So as you leave here, don't lose that habit of voicing opinions. What you need to do is use your passion, use that enthusiasm, use those opinions to improve both the quality and the quantity of civil discourse, stressing the part that says civil, and understanding that you can have civil disagreements and still maintain your sense of passion. And you need to continue to learn to listen. So, I promised you, much shorter to the governor of Wyoming than to the 6 hours of the president of Harvard. And to keep that promise, I'm just going to leave you with a last thought on the second of my messages. First was congratulations. The second is a message of hope. And my words actually come from a woman who spent her lifetime providing messages of hope. Maya Angelou, poet, author, civil rights activist, among so many other accomplishments, was fond of offering up a piece of advice that consists entirely of 16 words. But these are words that you can bring with you to everything you engage in the rest of your life, to your personal relationships, to your professional experiences, to your personal and national quests for fairness, for justice, for equality. Here's what Maya Angelou said, and here's what I offer to you as a parting thought. She said, "Do the best you can until you know better. Then, once you know better, do better." So our message to all of you, as we congratulate you and your family and friends for this extraordinary accomplishment that we celebrate today, is as you leave here today with that diploma, we ask you and we count on you to do better for all of us. So once again, my thanks to you for allowing me to share this magnificent day with all of you, and my congratulations to the class of 2020 and 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. It's a real honor for me to be the first from NJCU to refer to you as Dr. Ford. Let's give Dr. Ford one more round of applause. It's now my pleasure to introduce a video performance of A New Day by Celine Dion. The New Day is directed by Mark Dalio, professor of voice, and performed by members of our NJCU music, dance, and theater troupe.
Shadow the wall. new day has come.
Good afternoon. My name is Tamara Joshi, and I am the Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. Wasn't that a wonderful performance? Thank you to the students in our Music, Dance, Theater Department and Professor Mark Dalio for creating such a special moment for us. As Chief Academic Officer of this esteemed university, I congratulate all the graduates today. We are very proud of you. I also want to recognize the NJCU faculty who have navigated the mission of teaching and learning during an incredibly challenging time in higher education. Graduates, would you join me in thanking your professors? At this time, it's my honor to turn our attention to perhaps the most anticipated part of our ceremony, recognizing our graduating students. Dr. Deborah Wu, Dean of the Deborah Cannon Partridge Wolf College of Education, will present the College of Education candidates for the master's and bachelor's degrees. The candidates for the professional diploma, master's and bachelor's degrees from the William J. Maxwell College of Arts and Sciences will be presented by Dean Joao Sidicius. It is with pleasure and excitement that I announce the candidates for our doctoral degree program in the College of Education. So at this time, I would like to call President Henderson and Dean Wu to the podium.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Will the candidates in the College of Education for the Doctorate of Education degree please stand? Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates in the College of Education who have completed all requirements for the Doctor of Education in Educational Technology Leadership degree and who have been recommended by the faculty of the College of Education for the degree.
Thank you. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of New Jersey City University, and in recognition of your attainments in completing the prescribed curriculum, I confer upon you the Doctor of Science degree for which you have been recommended with all the rights, duties, immunities, privilege, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining.
Joanna Antigone Antonio.
Dr. Antonio's thesis is entitled Perceptions of Novice Teachers TPAC Gained from Teacher Preparation Programs, a Mixed Methods Research Study.
Michael Arbitblit.
Dr. Arbitblitz's thesis is entitled The Impact of Online Professional Development on New Jersey K-12 Teachers' Self-Efficacy During COVID-19 Induced Remote Learning, a Mixed Grounded Theory Study.
Samantha Joan Baina.
Dr. Baina's thesis is entitled Zumbai Nation, Higher Education Faculty and Concerns Using Video Conferencing for Remote Instruction During COVID-19.
Christine Mary Enrico.
Dr. Enrico's thesis is entitled College Admission in the Time of COVID-19, Technology Training, and the Secondary School Counselor.
Adnan Izad.
Dr. Izad's thesis is entitled Rejection versus Acceptance, Analysis of the National Conversation Surrounding Summit Learning.
John Richard Findora.
Dr. Findura's thesis is entitled Best Practices in Educational Technology Implementation in Two-Year Community College Writing Centers.
Iris M. Ford.
Dr. Ford's thesis is entitled Building Capacity, the Journey of Supporting Special Education Teachers During a Global Pandemic.
Judith Lorraine Francis.
Dr. Francis's thesis is entitled Using the ADDIE Model to Teach an Anti-Tobacco and Anti-Vaping Curriculum in an Online Learning Environment, an Action Research Project. Andrea Kristen Gomez.
Dr. Gomez's thesis is entitled Exploring the Use of Virtual Robots in Developing Elementary Students' Computational Thinking Practices, a Qualitative Case Study.
Patrick S. Holness.
Dr. Holness's thesis is entitled Understanding Principal Leadership in Future-Ready Schools.
Justine Kroliak.
Dr. Krowiak's thesis is entitled The Impact of the Online Undergraduate Student, Blackboard Ultra Interactions on Satisfaction in a Global Pandemic, a Mixed Method Study.
Linda L. Lampert.
Dr. Lampert's thesis is entitled Class Dojo and Homeschool Communication.
Damiano Anthony Mastrandria.
Dr. Mastrandria's thesis is entitled The Career Planning Properties of Using Degree Maps to Advise Undergraduate STEM Students, a Qualitative Exploratory Case Study.
Carol A. Munn.
Dr. Munn's thesis is entitled A Qualitative Study Exploring Robots as a Potential Classroom Tool for Teaching Computational Thinking Within a 6th Grade Class.
Stephen Hong Yu Wang.
Dr. Wong's thesis is entitled The Impact of an Online Gamified Orientation Program on Underrepresented Undergraduate STEM Students, a Case Study.
Will the candidates in the Deborah Cannon Partridge Wolf College of Education for the Master of Arts and the Master of Arts in Teaching degree please stand? Will the candidates in the Deborah Cannon Partridge Wolf College of Education for the Bachelor degree of Arts, please stand. Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates in the Deborah Cannon Partridge Wolf College of Education who have completed all requirements for the master's and bachelor's degree and who have been recommended by the faculty in the Deborah Cannon Partridge Wolf College of Education for the degree. You may be seated.
Good afternoon. I am João Sedicias, the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Will the candidates in the William J. Maxwell College of Arts and Sciences for the Professional Diploma in School Psychology please stand? Will the candidates in the William J. Maxwell College of Arts and Sciences for the Master of Arts, Master of Fine Arts, and Master of Music degrees please stand? Will the candidates in the William J. Maxwell College of Arts and Sciences for the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Bachelor of Science degrees please stand? Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates in the William J. Maxwell College of Arts and Sciences who have completed all requirements for professional diploma and the master's and bachelor's degrees and who have been recommended by the faculty in the William J. Maxwell College of Arts and Sciences for the degree. Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree from the William J. Maxwell College of Arts and Sciences, who have also completed all of the requirements for a co-major in education from the Deborah Cannon Partridge Wolf College of Education, remain standing? All others may be seated.
Madam President, I have the honor of recognizing the individuals who have completed the requirements for the bachelor's degree from the William J. Maxwell College of Arts and Sciences, who have also completed all of the requirements for a co-major in education from the Deborah Cannon Partridge Wolf College of Education. You may be seated.
We're almost there, I promise. Beforehand, we have a special message. NJCU is honored to have a special message from Senator Cory Booker for all of us graduates. Please turn your attention to the video.
New Jersey City University, class of 2021, class of grit and guts and greatness. I just want to make sure you all know how proud I am of you, how excited I am for you, and how grateful I am for you and your families, your teachers, the staff, the entire New Jersey City University community. Thank you for making this day possible. And we know this day has been unlike any other graduation days that we have known for generations. We are in the midst of a global pandemic that has affected every one of your lives, made the challenges you faced harder, made the work even more difficult, tested you in ways that you probably never imagined you would be tested. And all of you, by your presence here today, have shown that you have passed the test. You have made the muster. You have told the world that you are not defined by what happens to you. You are defined by how you choose to respond. Thank you. You all are lights in a dark time and reason to celebrate, even amidst a year of extraordinary pain. Now, I have a moment in history that I love. It was when President Lincoln was giving his second inaugural address. Remember, our country is fractured. We are in yet another national crisis. He gives this speech where he talks about the highest of human values. It's a speech in which he said, with malice towards none and charity towards all. But what I love about that speech is afterwards he goes back to a reception, and it is said by historians that he was looking for his friend, the only black man, I believe, that was actually in the reception. He was a man of regal stature and great, great national prominence, and he was standing off to the side, and he was found by Lincoln eventually. He was being pulled upon by other people, and here Abraham Lincoln and this black man had a conversation, and Lincoln said, "My friend, I need to know what you thought of my speech." And this man, regal in stature, humble in nature, said, "Mr. President, attend to your other guests." He goes, no, I must know what you thought of my speech." Now, this would be the last time in American history that these two men would talk to each other. President Lincoln waited for the response. And the great Frederick Douglass said this to the President of the United States: "Mr. President, it was a sacred effort. A sacred effort." Class of 2021, this nation needs your sacred effort. We are at a time where we do have divisions. We need to unite people. We are at a time that there are too many struggling and in pain. We need people to be healers. We're at a time where meanness is celebrated with bravado. Cruelty in statements, in words, on social media is ubiquitous. We need your light and your love and your decency. Class of 2021, I am so proud of you. You are the class of grit and greatness. Give forth your sacred effort. Help to heal this world. Help to have us all rise up to be the highest of humanity. Thank you. Congratulations. And I wish you all the best.
Our thanks to Senator Booker for that message. We're now going to begin one of NJCU's great time-honored traditions where we recognize each graduate individually. We ask all graduates, family members, and loved ones to remain in the hall until all names have been called, as this is when the President will confer the degrees. Please remember that every name counts. To start this process, it is my privilege to present our only graduating student leader, Ricky Cruz, to come forward to receive his diploma from President Henderson. I'd also like to take this opportunity to recognize the following student leaders who will soon be NJCU graduates. Alan Cruz, Sports Management, Class of 2022. Guy Quill Holly, Political Science, Class of 2023. And now we begin.
Nixie Lauren Mesquita. Stephanie Tavares Narcisco.
Alex Sierra.
Hilson Vanessa Alus. Danielle Coleman. Kalina E. Cheatham.
Varun Kanwar.
Amira Atala.
Carrie Flynn.
Catelia P. Rogers.
Evelyn Mendez Sanchez.
Michaela Rigo.
Kimberly Morley.
Jareli Rosario.
Jiwani Anur Beals.
Brianna Horde.
Alexa Marie Cruz.
Denasis Perez Acuna.
Guangzhong Chen.
Jacqueline Isabel Da Silva.
Alexa Mahana.
Aileen Janelle Carroll, summa cum laude.
Ahmad El Sakhawi.
Tyler Alphanet Brunson, summa cum laude.
Raquel Alexandra Henriquez.
Raymond Douglas Smickle Jr., magna cum laude.
Anthony Anthony Mario Pubon.
Emiliani Garcia.
Christina E. Boston.
Idalia Estefani Alas Malara.
Sumaya Tariq Najib.
Mariah Angelica Torres, summa cum laude.
Tripti Mizir.
Lydia Jessica Charles.
Mia Angelique Torres.
Adriana Gomez, cum laude.
Christina Maria Gloglowski.
Maria Jose Perez Ruiz, summa cum laude.
Christy Lynn Monserrat, magna cum laude.
Nyasia Sinclair Mala Cook.
Gabrielle Anissa Maya.
Derek Kane.
Jonathan Xavier Romero.
Nadia LeMay Wright.
Madeline Grace Salvatore. Magna
Jenalee
cum
F.
laude.
Martin.
Luana Mayer, summa cum laude.
Bridget Diane Benitez.
Brian Renderos.
Sunky Diana Chang.
William Gregory Figueroa. Jean R. Oliva. Christian Andres Lozano.
Cynthia Claudith Velasquez.
Jomar Cardoza.
Andy Gualberto Rodriguez.
Corrado N. Minerverni.
Tyshawn Ali Johnson.
Charlie Encalada.
Jared Andalibi Alray.
Emmanuel Ramirez.
Julian Javier James.
Suzette Diaz.
Eldri Gonzalez.
Janan Mohammed Kanan.
Priscilla Alexandra Gavilanes.
Amina Beck-Rollis.
Juan McElroy, cum laude.
Oliver Grant B. Paglanen, summa cum laude.
Imani Elon Brooks, summa cum laude.
Sheriel Molina.
Vanessa Simone Hughes.
Teresa Christine Harris Daniels.
Hamida Latat, cum laude.
Bruno Augustin Robena, magna cum laude.
Joanna Guadalupe Pena.
Katharina M. Carvajal.
Aurora Devonique Moore.
Emerique Cruz.
Amanda Nicole Martiak.
Mariah Jen Moreno.
Euclendi Calderon, summa cum laude.
Alea A. Matos.
Tia Monique Roberts.
Yerlin Estefani Cornejo.
Nelson Enrique Rojas, magna cum laude.
Catherine Zambrano.
Alicia Michelle Salinas.
George N. Kirolos.
Laura Josefina Matos de Ferris.
Hector Luis Torres Jr.
Carla Damari Santos.
Hanifa Akhtar.
Marisol Rivera. Gabrielle Angel Volley.
Madeha Gamal Arafa.
Aaron Jerome Massey Rawls.
Zakia Plantin.
Andrew Ellis Dick, summa cum laude.
Janae Lady Malone.
Jennifer Michelle Villa.
Shamira Daniel Davis.
Gregory Roosevelt Huggins.
Barbara Jean Marie Etheridge.
Alexa Michelle Fuentes, magna cum laude.
Mark Allen Hill.
Sansere Javon Grant.
Isnari Marrero.
Pablo Miguel Balbuena.
Amanda Lynn Tremblay.
Angie Cruz.
Jada R. White.
Jason Anthony Oliveras, summa cum laude.
Carly Lakayanga, summa cum laude.
Shukriti Roy, summa cum laude.
Sarah L. D. Pascal.
Shanice M. Estrada.
Angie Ibrahim, cum laude.
Crystal Yolanda Grooms, summa cum laude.
Jarrett T. Ellington.
Susanna Gabriela Rodriguez.
Radwa M. Elalfi.
Izenia Brown.
Natalie Garcia, summa cum laude.
Iman Noman, summa cum laude.
Kendra Tamize Brown, magna cum laude.
Samuel Alexander Heron.
Kenise Brown.
Kim Curdy Lantok Delura.
Kingsley Williams, magna cum laude.
Jenny C. Vanegas.
Jaylene Angon.
Thania B. Morris.
Amanda Romero.
Tal Tack and Win.
Kiri Ruby Argueta.
Yoshira Tercios. Aja Juan Moore, cum laude.
Shema Al-Ghazali.
Santiago Jr. Martinez.
Carla Vanessa Bueno, magna cum laude.
Luz Maria Rios Villanueva.
Cheryl Ann Ignacio.
Jaylene Suzette Ortez, cum laude.
Erica Michelle Young.
Edwin Jose Rodriguez.
Gustavo Maya de Amorim.
Jasmine Gabrielle Rodriguez.
Crystal Simone, summa cum laude.
Michelle Hoy, summa cum laude.
Nathaniel Kalen Pinzon.
Marjolin Menete Alvarez, cum laude.
Iris Chavez.
Rashana Shirazade Knights.
Raisa Y. Kenya.
Alexander James Espinoza.
Suzanne Dominique Quagliano, summa cum laude.
Ines R. Saad, cum laude.
Jelani Rubio.
Hannah Alexandra Katz, summa cum laude.
Hannah Alexandra Katz. Rachel C. Quinones.
Amnia M. Ismail.
Giriraj Beggs.
Christian Dowdell.
Shaliza Mangar.
Kimberly Vidal.
Jessica Lisette Menjivar Cruz.
Maria Silva.
Sebastian Marcus Duarte, cum laude.
Jennifer D. Salazar.
Danielle Ignacio Diaz Antunes.
Naema Williams.
Kyle Anthony Puccelli.
Alessandria Brienne Taylor. Dana Marie Struble, summa cum laude.
Maria Zia.
Emma L. Lopez Bianchi.
Muntaha Chowdhury, cum laude.
Jade Alyssa DeStefano.
Carla Dominica Penaranda.
Anais Corrine Alvarez Rivera.
Jocelyn Sarai Perez.
Jorge E. Chaparro.
Gianelle Elise Cepeda.
Raheem Abdul Payne Jr. Olivia Maria Pease, magna cum laude.
Shirley Ann Tate Grandison, magna cum laude.
Myranda S. Clinton.
Devonique D. Dempster, cum laude.
Estefania Cano.
Tammy Michelle Brobeck, cum laude.
Samena Janae Carey.
Amina Nawaz Chowdhury, summa cum laude.
Angelina Prentice.
Asma Abibakar, summa cum laude.
Suzanne Maria Pereira.
Brian Alexander Bransky, cum laude.
Angeline Marie Pagan.
Mariam Nagi Latif, cum laude.
Lauren J. Agresta.
Talia Lizette Luna, cum laude.
Mayzoon Awad.
Erica Sakima Jefferson.
Christine Sade Austin.
Tanielle Nicole Lee.
Paola Maricela Valiz.
Xavier Alberto Encalada.
Christian Prosel.
Sharon Dennis Lazo, cum laude.
Michelle Peralta.
Michael Anthony Lapari.
Carla Arnell Moniz.
Crystal Ideen Yarlick.
Michaela Joseph.
Akira Jade Rosillo.
Yvette Palacios.
Joseph Hoya Saylor, magna cum laude.
Taylor Francis Cowan.
Evelyn Caridad Ulerio, magna cum laude.
Yarimar Martinez.
Trisha Jane Arnaldo Evangelista.
Avina Zaneska.
Miguel Angel Umana Jr.
Haifa Fuad Hubruman. Lindsay Michelle Brown.
Anna Skull, magna cum laude.
Fedora Moore Wright.
Unique Tamila Bunn.
Danielle V. Bell.
Enidia M. Angeles Marte, cum laude.
Yeya Mohammed Sharaf.
Armando Sebastian Villasante.
Francesca Ellsworth. Anthony Valise.
Robert Joseph De Leon.
Geneva Patricia Wilson. Stephanie Rickert.
Yasli Pereira, cum laude.
Francis Izukachu Aguanijo.
Corinne Elizabeth Williams, summa cum laude.
Saray Ariel Felix.
Ragab A. Rashwan.
Tyler John Killett.
Lissalina Morales.
Ibani Hassana Rashida Mitchell.
Cassandra Negroni.
Yantez Samia Seabrook.
Janae Valencia Thomas.
Brian Christopher McGinn, magna cum laude.
Olivia Ann Markowski.
Charlene Marie Santiago.
Taisha Tsigi Haynes.
Devonish Elizabeth Santana.
Nancy Nazi Jacob.
Nancy M. Solis.
Yamil Hakeem Oliver.
Emily Paola Medina Mercedes.
Xavier Ahmad Small.
Flor V. Martinez, cum laude.
Alexa Ray Santana.
Diani Maria Batista.
Eduardo Vargas Solano.
Renee Martinez Jr.
William Nazir Marquise Threadgill III.
Shay D. Barrett.
Kenneth U. Chukukir.
Dina Kerr.
Mina Nagib Shukri.
Brittany Alexis Roberts, summa cum laude.
Alexandra Silva Torres, magna cum laude.
Bera Ozer.
Monica Seminate.
Alfredo Armani Camacho. Brianna D. Younger. Aisha Kavita Harko.
Mabel Plaza.
Deja Monet Martin.
Nidian E. Rodriguez, cum laude.
Luis Ariel Candelaria.
Alan Meneses Yambo.
Gabrielle Christine Arroyo.
Andrew Z. Kwok. Trevor T. Hill Jr.
Genevieve Emily Catrillo, summa cum laude.
Laquan Michael Hanna.
Data Victoria Jimenez.
Brandy Elise Clapsy, summa cum laude.
Jaslyn Josephine Taveras.
Jerome Agrippino Directo Redondo, cum laude.
Antonia Serta.
Dominique Ashley Hill.
Rosaline Thaluzma.
Vanessa Nunez, cum laude.
Melanie Zerna Flores, cum laude.
Paola Eusebio, cum laude.
Leslie Esmeralda Baroa, cum laude.
Allison Santiago.
Jacqueline Atilia Chavaria, summa cum laude.
Julius Lopez, magna cum laude.
Favor Bukala Adagun.
Tyreek Garner, summa cum laude.
Atrita Abdullaho.
Justin Philip Mignot.
Larry Angelo Manois Jr.
Ashley Marie Batista, cum laude.
Katie Ann Burge, summa cum laude.
Erisa Gabrielle Teodoro Cruz.
Priscilla Vanessa Sanango.
Jan Isaiah Desebrana.
Jeanette Alexandria McCoy.
Mark Joseph Ficalora.
Priya Patel, summa cum laude.
Aileen C. Lopez, cum laude.
Tiffany Dorval.
Henry E. Marakin.
Ananya Keendry.
Alexis Karkichi.
Melissa Ann Cruz, cum laude.
Kevin D. Haynes Jr.
Vanessa Johnson.
Gabrielle Faith Lucas.
Genesis Serrano.
Carlene J. Lopes Silva.
Phaedra Regina Holly. Jaisalie Nunez.
Adrian Avishkar Gainda.
Cassandra Roman.
Juan Vasquez cum laude.
Stephanie Duque.
Kiara Elena Espinosa, summa cum laude.
Alexander Omar Umenzor.
Aleshka Aiden Ferrer Rodriguez.
Amber Raven Hunter.
Luzangela Martinez, summa cum laude.
Danny Sepulveda.
Kirsten Elizabeth Wiggins.
Feyrildi Marlena Porkeen.
Armida E. Moran, magna cum laude.
Crystal Elisa Tatis.
Jonathan Jefford, summa cum laude.
Angel Luis Caba.
Andrea Guadalupe Vele, cum laude.
Christian Emil Germs.
Karanveer Singh Gill.
Shayla D'Souza. Marina Ibrahim Fuad.
Michelle E. Thompson.
Arisha Enda, summa cum laude.
Nana Boike Bempa.
Haiti Vanessa Soriano, magna cum laude.
Elaine Pamplona.
Caitlin Conlobo Penetrante, magna cum laude.
Ma Aurora Angelica Uy Nera.
Rhonda Benton.
Daniel Noel.
Rovin Sameh Ibrahim.
Diana Frangina Galvez.
Anna Francisca Avalos Molina, summa cum laude.
Caroline L. Fernandez.
Maria Eugenia Silva, summa cum laude.
Nitza M. Ortiz, magna cum laude.
Dana Raquel Iglesias.
Stephen Brandon Bennett Jr.
Daniel Zapata, cum laude.
Tamira Shayna Davis.
Abdul Smart.
Amanda Grace Sanchez.
Umama Khan.
Trisha Ann Mirasol Rivera, magna cum laude.
Aisha Bibi.
Evelyn Vijal.
Mira Ochieng Oyongo.
David Leonel Giron.
Kevin Stephen Menendez.
Emily Odalis Jaramillo, summa cum laude.
Guerlange Exantus.
Nashwa Nadir Ishmael.
Amanda E. Rosenstein.
Michelle Shanine Sanchez.
Jamal Wayne Pierce.
Diana Isabel Oriana.
Consuelo D. Oyers Villa Blanca.
Yulami Shilas.
Asiya Leidui, cum laude.
Adeline Burgos Arajo.
Daniel Corpeno, summa cum laude.
Maida Rosario Berrios, cum laude.
Christopher Medina.
Vanessa Sosa.
Dana Marie Sabatini.
Smita B. Patel, summa cum laude.
Chazelle Richburg, summa cum laude.
Joanna Rangel.
Jacqueline Elizabeth DiQuattro.
Cindy Alvear, cum laude.
Catherine Ann Eldridge.
Alexis Mariah Castaneda.
Dana J. Green.
Natasha Devi Budram. Angel M. Rivera.
Mariana Alonso.
Jasmine Rose Shaw, summa cum laude.
Jessica L. Stancampiano.
Anahel Urena.
Cherry Helen Montez Fajardo.
Ingrid Kazumi Nguina.
Kiana Lowry.
Genesis Amato.
Ayana Nadira Barnes.
Veronica Lynn Martin.
Joelle Gabrielle Jackson.
Jeffrey Belton, cum laude.
Crystal Lee Santiago.
Yolanda Garzona, cum laude.
Crystal A. Morris.
Araceli Brigitte Carnaza.
Jorken Vaughn Campbell.
Mariana Suzette Gomez.
John Matthew Cardoso Graca.
Leonardo Alexis Moncado.
Leslie Kelly David, cum laude.
Jason Allen Gonzaga, magna cum laude.
Erica Carolina Flores, summa cum laude.
Mate Lisbelly Cadena.
Danielle A. Padilla.
Iris Ponce.
Sylvia Guerrero, magna cum laude.
Rosalinda Ponce.
Catherine Nicole Reyes.
Ivalise Ayana Wall.
Farlene Guerrero.
Maya Jaylene Joanne Clark.
Pablino Talbot.
Andre Maurice Grant.
Sarah Lobat Ali Mansour, cum laude.
Yamilex Osoria.
Jason Kumar Jagroup.
Brandon A. Regis.
Brianna Evans, summa cum laude.
David Pineda.
Fatima Marcella Quilcat, cum laude.
Melanie Josette Pirata.
Ebony Love Torres, cum laude.
Keisha Cadeas.
Patricia Vizcaino. Albert John Vilcelio, magna cum laude.
Jean Albert Bahir.
Sandra Amaya.
Karina Natasha Nunez, summa cum laude.
Mark Julius R. DeCello, summa cum laude. Nicholas Jose Seda.
Dedrica Carnasia Wilson.
Rachel A. Echeria.
Gill.
Ahmed El Sayed, magna cum laude.
Tyjon L. Miller.
Robert Joseph Cleary. Karima Yanina Avelez Triana.
Catherine Quezada, cum laude.
Valeria Maria Franco.
Fernando Manuel Suarez.
Angelina Vasquez Feliz, cum laude.
Diana Guzman, cum laude.
Isabel Alexis Cleofat.
And Melise Ortiz.
Elizabeth Roche, magna cum laude.
Ripunjay Singh, summa cum laude.
Nicole Marie Drayton.
Fabricio R. Pague.
Yamalet Zasula.
Alondra K. Cadenas.
Julia Rose Alvarez.
Janice Najee Rodriguez, magna cum laude.
Gladys A. Avila.
Giancarlo Carmona, cum laude.
Alicia Marie Torres.
Nada Rios, cum laude.
Caitlin Turner, magna cum laude.
Vivian Arlene Talavera.
Latricia A. Robinson, cum laude.
Caitlin Yvette Cabrera, cum laude.
Rebecca Marie Lopez.
Antoinette Madeline Elias Bader.
Ronnie Daniel Canales.
Carlene Placier.
Jasmine Zula Antunez, summa cum laude.
Antonio Daniel Aquino, magna cum laude.
Cruz Alberto Flores Vasquez.
Alejandro Castillo, magna cum laude.
Nadaya Hogue.
Eric Daniel Rosado.
Iana Simone Moore.
Martina Wadia Surial.
Ariasini Trujillo Duran, summa cum laude.
Dalia Wisa.
Miles McGowan, cum laude.
Nabil A. Mahmoud, summa cum laude.
Wilfred Reyes.
Tara Lynn T-Bolt, cum laude.
Kevin M. Paulino.
Elisa Claudine Winter.
Alan V. Molina.
Ruth Porta Carrero.
Amanda Lee Martinez.
Karina Cardenas.
Gabriela Anna Santamoro.
Gabriela Soledad Rivas.
Benjamin Michael.
Sarah L. Rivas.
Sylvia Serrano, magna cum laude.
Anna M. Guevara.
Kaylee Sky Hernandez.
Brittany Maglilulo, cum laude.
Kyle Christian Hernandez.
Henry M. Jimenez.
Cynthia Nicole Quillones.
Ende Astu Saul.
Daniela Hara.
Savina Carmel Mervell.
Ian Oscar Jimenez, cum laude.
Aaliyah Nicole McCrae.
Glenroy Carlton Clark.
Bianca M. Paulino.
Hector Crespo.
Leon Dario Valencia.
Alan Mack, summa cum laude.
Benedeth Neka Eminike.
Shivanji P. Viradilla, summa cum laude.
Sarah Mohammed Al-Sindi.
Kyanzar Duffy, summa cum laude.
Jorglana Bal Isaje.
Deanna Sanchez.
Rosio Pena.
Stephanie Diaz.
Rachel Stephanie Macklin.
George Sebastian Tapia.
Falaid Ofisayo Adaribieg. Summa cum laude.
Joan Michelle Vergara.
Antonia Leggett.
Sebastian A. Tapia.
Pamela E. Torres.
Tara Bunton.
Leslie Carolina Reyes Rodriguez.
Eleni Jerez.
Basil A. Manastra.
Jessica Nolasco.
Francia Catalina Granados.
Brian J. Pulla, summa cum laude.
Paul Onyi.
Kiana L. Reed.
Talia Giuliani Paez.
Catherine Elisa Mendoza, cum laude.
Raquan Kendall Clinton.
Isaiah Wallace.
Natalie Aller, summa cum laude.
Chima JT Ogbo.
Miranda Erin Mendoza.
Siobhan Jenkins.
Elizabeth Abigail Flores.
Cece Alavitsa Mokua.
Jihad Abdullah.
Archana Ashley Beamsign.
Aisha Carlene Ambrose.
Maya Jelani Rose Jones.
Julie Tanaza Griffin.
Taekwon Jarrell Grant.
Betty Dosas.
Asia Ibrahim.
Sandradi Nani Corey.
Abdul Rahman Monsen.
Karen M. Reyes.
Joe Sukar.
Destiny Anaze Rodriguez.
Yasmin Roma Yarush.
Mara K. Darcy.
Amanata Sally Conte.
Liz Arostige.
Malika Rose West.
Karina Yasmin Harris.
Tatiana Usme.
Daisy Ortega.
Ashley Nicole Villarule.
Benjamin Joseph Harder.
Raymundo George Hernandez.
Sandra M. Simmons.
Harry Macario Ubilla Morales.
Amber Lee Spur.
Aline Natalia Rojas, magna cum laude.
Saeed Shatir.
Nichelle Nakisha Uvarina Gale.
Kirsten Marie Ayala.
Junior Ismael Mahias, cum laude.
Amanda Mariah Diane Dumas.
Raven D. Dixon.
Thomas Isaiah Darty.
Myrna Adele Razek, cum laude.
Ariana Garcia.
Mariana Adele Rezik, cum laude.
Alexa Ray Ann Rosado, cum laude.
Nicholas Kumar.
Amaya S. Tillman, cum laude.
Shayla E. Thompson.
Francis Melena Rodriguez.
Alicia Dana Brenda.
Stephanie Ferreira Rosario.
Brittany Elise Nieves.
Sharon Alisa Madison.
Chaslyn Destiny Rivera.
Erika R. Asbury.
Lazany Dominique Gentle.
Tennille Santillon. Sophia Millwood Harrison.
Desiree Wright, cum laude.
Wendy Irene Michaels.
Veralda Simeon.
Ivana Christine Alvarado.
Chelsea Onyebu.
Hannah Ariella Rivera, cum laude.
Sophia Kayla Philippe, cum laude.
Nafisa Scott.
Arkandi Hinges Mavim Oyano Minlo, cum laude.
Liam Emmanuel Paiva Acosta, cum laude.
Joel Daryl Sop 2M, summa cum laude.
Catherine Mendez, cum laude.
Marlon Lotfi Abdel Malik.
Julei Kechi Tunka.
Miriam Lotfi Abdel Malik, cum laude.
Ashley Marie Castaneda, cum laude.
Amin Amiri, summa cum laude.
Avalon Latoya Simon.
Kirillos S. Samuel.
Michaela Ponce.
Mark Anthony Maloney, magna cum laude.
Jennifer Condi, magna cum laude.
Destiny Morales.
Rocky Ramon Rezabala.
Magali F. Silva.
Helen Gomez.
Albert George Blair II.
Walter Popiel.
Jacquelina Marchiano.
Christina Marie Diminich.
Tierra Monet Johnson.
Rosemary A. Doyle. Naomi Y. Ali. Sarah Christina Alejandra Fridalgo Penafil.
Bianca Rickerby.
Kayla Flordaliza Luciano.
Julian Andre Leone.
Stephanie A. Rivera.
Bashoy Ibrahim, summa cum laude.
Glendice Rosa.
Bisada Ibrahim, magna cum laude.
Francis Vasquez.
Brian Geraldo, magna cum laude.
Carmen Garrido.
Melanie Kinatoa.
Lacey Y. Welches.
Adia Ndiaya Imbo.
Kimberly Ann Speller.
Athena Bellotti, cum laude.
Jahira E. Ortiz.
Victoria Madeline McCoy, cum laude.
Lena M. Pelly.
Kathleen Haley Delgado.
Laura Sabah.
Jessica Nicole Halreji.
Mallory Curran.
Orima Josephina Bruno.
Jasmine Marie Vargas.
Carla Federica Moscato.
Angela C. Pappas.
Charlene Mariola Paez.
Nicholas Alexander Medeiros.
Jersica Saint Martin.
Camille S. Scott.
Teresa A. Podleski.
Lydia Pagan.
Jacqueline Gonzalez.
Leticia Santiago.
Monica Correa.
Filomena Florio.
Miriam Sarkis Mantian.
Brandon Gildy Clevance.
Mirna E. Gabala.
Anderson Joseph Brutus.
Edward Martin Malloy Jr.
Chantel Corinne Rivera.
Marissa Lynn Janet.
Caitlin Flaherty.
Roy Williams.
Jonathan Dean Rothman.
Sanai Davis.
Ariana Rebecca Scrimo.
Tiana L.D. Gorham.
Catherine D. Figueredo.
Christina Rose Maluso.
Deborah Michelle Acevedo. Summa cum laude.
Jessica Lynn Piazza.
Ronnie Dana, summa cum laude.
Brooke Montserrat Oliveras.
Michelle Robin Shamis.
Rebecca Faith Lena Hosmer.
Karen Michelle Lohr.
Viviana Zambrano.
Helen Carlina Castillo.
Stephanie Nunez.
Laura Ashley Morel.
Lauren M. Hudak.
Evelyn A. Hayes.
Julissa Enid Rodriguez.
Anila Gashi Selmani.
Naren Makhlouf.
Megan Sharples.
Shade Janelle Dove.
Casey D. Kelly.
Natalie I. Kiano Diaz.
Richard Pepin.
Charlene Taveras.
Dana Nicole Waters.
Nermeen Gergis.
Chloe Ann Sullivan.
Fabiola Ocean.
Laura Alicia Murrieta.
Alva Erica Toledo, cum laude.
Mercedes Samantha Ruiz.
Stephanie Renee Stevenson.
Natasha Payano.
Shaquana Moultrie.
Damaris Morel.
Deasia Renee Gore.
Minerva Bartola Mendez.
Jocelyn Monica Burgess.
Benedicta E. Inombom.
Leonetti Nicole Washington.
Adolfo S. Diaz Toro.
Crystal Cornelio.
Samantha Lee Barbato.
Tahisha DeLynn Pack.
Shelby Lynn Brown.
Jennifer Esther Sanchez.
Jahaira Garcia.
Natalie Catherine Noguera.
Jeray M. O'Neill.
Etta Joanna Rodriguez.
Alyssa Marie Aprazas.
Amanda Marie Spano.
Ahmed M. El Zayat.
Madison Cruz.
Adriana M. Cantelmo.
Obia Jelly Asula Yuan Moon.
Christina Horta.
Fadua Chigger.
Lakeisha Daniela Conyers.
Diana M. Aguirre.
Richard Allen Larcara.
Natalie Vincent.
Leonardo Lazaro Lucci. Magna cum laude.
Christy Coe.
Courtney Josephine McDonald.
Nicole Janine Melly. Kenneth B. Gold. Jorge L. Rosario Jr.
Maria Navarrete.
Julia Marie Casaza.
Gabriela Giselle Ferreira, cum laude.
Aya Kiri.
Madeline Rose Salcido.
Andre Darian Moe.
Sandra Michelle Mendez.
Samantha Alice Minor.
Andrea Ventura.
Danielle Elise Kingsbury. Shayna Alexandria Siaklis. Samantha L. Catlett. Yasmin Chowdhury. Jasmine Denise Perry. Naomi Addison. And last but not least, Rasmir Musla. Congratulations, graduates of the class of 2020 and 2021.
And now, graduates, the moment you've been waiting for. Please stand. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of New Jersey City University, and in recognition of your attainments in completing the prescribed curriculum, I confer upon each of you the respective academic degrees and the professional diplomas for which you've been recommended, with all the rights, duties, immunities, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. Please move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, class.
One more time, let's thank the loved ones who helped you along in the journey. Now please stand and join our music, dance, and theater troupe in the singing of NJCU's alma mater.
Green and gold we honor thee.
Big thank you to our music, dance, and theater students for today's performances, and congratulations to our graduating seniors from MDT. And also a thank you to Mark Dalio. This concludes our commencement ceremony. We ask that all the graduates please remain seated until the platform guests have recessed. And on behalf of all of us here at NJCU, congratulations to our new alumni from the classes of 2020 and 2021.